Okay, do what the nice announcer guy says. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and nobody will get hurt. This is Gaynor and Lee on the Loose. I'm Tim Gaynor over in Chicago. That's Simon Lee over in London. Say hi, Simon.
Yo, hi, guys.
And this is the show that asks the question, can two guys 4,000 miles apart talk to each other for an hour and come up with anything possibly socially acceptable to the masses?
3 miles.
I beg your pardon?
3,000 miles. Get it right. Again, you did this last week.
No.
First it was 4. First it was 5. Now it's 4. No, are we going down?
Is this going to be on the test?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Anyway.
3,000.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Anyway, so speaking of the last show, we left you. You were getting ready to go on a trip, of which you obviously have returned. How was it?
It was really, really good, actually. Yes.
Yeah. Details. Give us details.
Well, what would you like to know?
Oh, just everything. Like, for example, just how big of a tourist were you?
I'm not that much of a tourist.
No. Don't even try, because before we started this, you're like, okay, I'm going to send you all these pictures, and you were up way up in the Welsh mountains. It looks really beautiful. I'm going, okay, there's the mountains. That's really cool. And there's their front room. That looks really great. Oh, look, there's Simon and Nicola. That's really cute. There's their bathroom.
Yeah.
Dude, you sent me a picture of the bathroom, okay?
It's a posh bathroom?
If that is not the most touristy thing I have ever seen, okay? It's like the only thing missing is both of you standing there with Mickey Mouse ears on, okay? With cameras on your, wrapped around your shoulders. Oh, God. It looks really nice, though. It looked really nice where you're at.
It was a nice bathroom, like, you know.
I'm talking about the rest of the place, okay?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Like being stuck up in a mountain, cut off from the rest of the world.
That's a lot of fun, though. That's a lot of fun. I've done that before, okay? I've taken trips to, like, the Smoky Mountains, and I've gone on family trips where we're, like, in this really remote area of, like, Wisconsin or something like that, just cut off from humanity up in the woods. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So you guys had a good time then?
Yeah, we had a really nice time.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously your lovely lady enjoyed herself?
Yes.
That's good. How did she take, because for people who might be listening to or downloading this show without hearing the first one, our Simon is expecting.
Yeah.
Okay. And this would mean that your lady is with child.
Demon.
And as we know, that women who are with child have how shall we? I'm trying to be as polite as possible because I know she listens to the show. They go through certain conditions, shall we say?
Yeah.
So did she turn into the demon from hell? Is what I'm trying to find out.
Oh right, kinda.
Kind of?
Yeah, like
that's like saying she's kind of pregnant. What do you yeah, I kind of paid my taxes last year. She either was or she wasn't.
Yeah, she did turn into a bit of a demon. Okay, so we were walking around town and she just had this god almighty craving for sweets.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, like we were in this shop and it's like a wholesalers or something, they sell like stationery or some toys and clothing, that sort of stuff. And then she's like, do you know, babe, I want some sweets. I'm like, yeah, we'll go and get you some sweets in a minute. No, I want some sweets now. Like, no, give me a minute, I'm just looking around. She's like, no, I want some sweets and I want them now. I'm like, I looked at her, and this, like, bear in mind, right? We're in the, we're not in our local area, so nobody knows us, and it honestly felt like I literally just brought a child with me.
Well, you did. She's acting on behalf of it, is what is happening. Did her head start spinning at any one point? That's what I want to know.
No, it was just like she. I'm not even joking, and I really wish that it didn't. Like, I wish this wasn't made up. It's just she genuinely actually threw a proper a real strop. She even crossed her arms and stamped her foot.
And I've got news for you. It doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't.
No, because believe me, I've been through this before. You know, it says, you know, honey, I need some chocolate. Okay, honey, just I need some chocolate.
Yeah, it was like that. It's like, okay, right. So, you know, we go and get her some sweets. Right?
The eyes roll back.
She's all happy, you know, skipping along the aisles, going, "Ooh, sweeties."
Yeah, the eyes are rolling back in the head. Yes, okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And so she gets her sweets, right?
Okay.
But they're not the kind that she wants. They're not sugary enough. Oh, my days.
You got the wrong candy.
Yeah, so, right, we walk past this store. She's like, ooh, babe, I want a donut. Oh, for God's sake.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man.
so, you know, we end up getting her a blimmin' donut.
Oh, man.
And, you know, because it was all sugary and, you know, she's all like, ooh, donuts. And I'm like, yeah, shut up, please. Just eat your goddamn fucking donut, please. And shh. But, you know, that happened. And
Mommy wants donut.
Yeah, it was pretty, you know, like, yeah, it's pretty much like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's this week's version of the demon.
Yeah, that's
Or demon and child.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, old boy. I'm letting you know now. It's gonna be okay. Has she done the thing yet? Okay, where she's talking to you, and all of a sudden, you know, you might say something like, you know, the sky is blue, and she'll just burst into tears.
Not yet, no. We're not at that. We're not at that stage just yet.
Give it time. You're gonna you'll love that one. Oh, you'll love that one.
Thank you.
Sure. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know that when women get hormonal during their pregnancy, it is you're wrong. Just let me give you a little piece of advice, okay? From a seasoned veteran. There's only two things that you can do in a situation like that.
Run.
No. Tempting though it is, smile and nod your head a lot. That's just it. Okay.
No, because I can't do that, right? Because Nicola is she's one of these kind of people. She hates being ignored. So if you're in a fight with her and you think, you know, you're trying to be the big one and just, you know what? I'm going to walk away and just let things can. No, that can't happen. No, you have to continue with the argument until she falls asleep. Right, that's the kind of girl she is.
And that's why you will learn that the two most important words in a married man's life. No. Oh, no. Pay close attention to this. And any woman in the world will tell you that this is true. That the two most important words in a married man's life are, yes, dear.
The thing though is I'm not even married, so that shouldn't count.
You're close enough to it, so just accept it and move on.
Yeah, it's become one of them things. Yeah. So yeah, but you know, the rest of the trip was good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, because now, as I understood it, you guys rode the bikes, and the girls took the train.
Yes.
Because they couldn't ride. Yeah. How was that? I mean, going up to the Welsh mountains, God, that had to be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the view was amazing. So we've got that one going for us. Except from, we see, there was a bit of an incident that happened on the way back, obviously. Now, we were going through this town. I will not name this town because I don't fancy them finding me. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay, yeah.
Right. It's a very scenic, scenic area. So it's like it's right out in the sticks. From what we've gathered, is there is no English speakers there whatsoever. So basically everybody speaks Welsh as their first language.
Okay.
Now, for those people that are actually tuning in and maybe don't actually know that, believe it or not, Wales in the UK does actually have its own language. Mm-hmm. So the first language in this town
they used to show Tom Jones here, man. It's okay.
I'm just saying, some people might not know this because it's because obviously with it being like a dying language and not that many people know about it. It's such a beautiful language, by the way.
True.
It really is. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we're going through, and my friend decides that for the entire holiday, thought it would be a good idea to wear his motorcycle helmet that has basically a big English flag painted on it.
Okay.
So the looks we're getting off people while we're riding through this place is just phenomenal. I'm actually riding behind him at this point, and just people are stopping what they're doing. They're just giving him dirty, horrible looks, and I'm like, I'm just sort of slowing down, like, I'm not with this guy, and it's just so funny. It is absolutely hilarious.
So this is kind of the equivalent of if you're like in like Pennsylvania or something, and somebody comes flying through with a Confederate flag on the back of their jacket or something like that.
I guess so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, go on.
I was gonna say. I mean, did you get like majorly dirty looks? Did somebody try to like throw things at you, or
it felt the atmosphere felt, it genuinely did feel like that we was probably one step away from being chased out of town with pitchforks.
Oh, nice.
But it gets better. Now, we needed a toilet break, and unfortunately, this was the only town we could actually stop in at the time.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
So, it was actually quite funny because Wales, the rugby team, if anybody knows what rugby is, it's just a sport, basically. They're there.
It's like football, American football here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Wales, the team's playing on the TV, and we go into this pub, and not one English person speaking, not one English is being spoken. Oh, so we walk in, and everything goes dead awkwardly silent, and there's a few people just looking at us, and we're like, oh crap. So my mate's like, right, do you know what? Screw it. We'll just leave, we'll get back on our bikes, and we'll just go and find a bush somewhere.
We'll get out of here with our lives and carry on. Yeah. It took about 4 seconds. You can hear the bottles breaking in the back room. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Okay. So note to you young bikers out there, do not put English flags, no Union Jacks on in Welsh
It wasn't
towns.
even a Union Jack. It was actually the St. George's flag.
Oh, there you go. Even better. Nice. All righty then.
I mean, let's picture this town for you. It's like, the only way I can describe this kind of town is like if you go into like is it an Amish or Amish?
Amish.
How do you pronounce
Amish.
it? Amish. So if you go into like an Amish town where it's basically set like that. That's like, that's just where every building just looks like that. But only difference being with this one is every single house on this highway, or not highway, on this straight through is every single house has the Welsh flag. No English flag, just the Welsh flag.
Yeah.
So it's predominantly very, very Welsh proud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we think of your Brexit. Yeah.
And this has got nothing to do with Brexit. This one, I'm afraid.
Oh,
this
no,
is just.
I understand. Yeah.
I mean, this is just two British guys going through like, oh crap.
No, I understand. It's kind of like Deliverance over here. I mean, me being from Chicago, if I find myself like deep in the woods in like South Carolina or something like that, and I break down, yeah, I'm in trouble. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll walk up to a store, just be like, y'all from around here?
Yeah.
No. We gonna have to kill you. Okay, thanks so much. So I know how that is. Well, okay, true story. True story. I'll give you an idea, okay, for anybody who still is kind of flipped out about what little towns can be like. Here's my 6 degrees of it. My family, my ex-wife's side of the family comes from this little town in Missouri, okay? And when I say little town, I mean 50 people, 12 cows, and a flamingo, okay? And everybody wants to know how the hell they got the 12 cows in there, okay? So we go to this town, which again I will not mention, but the town has, okay, this is the downtown area of this town. You've got the church. You've got the graveyard behind the church. You've got the local bar next to the local church. Across the street from the church is your middle school / junior high school / town hall / library. Next to that, you've got the general stores / post office / gas station / RC Coca-Cola machine. Okay? That's how small this town is. And we go driving up. Now, this is the first time I've ever been to this town. We go driving up. And, the wife turns to me and she goes, "Oh, we need to get ice for the cooler because we were going to this big family reunion," which, by the way, 3/4 of her family live in this town. So when there's a family reunion, the town shuts down. Right. Completely shuts down.
So it's a small town then.
It's tiny. I mean, tiny. Okay. So I'm like, okay, we'll go get ice. So I park the car and go walking across the street to the general stores / post office / RC Coca-Cola machine / gas station. Now, mind you, between there and from the time I got out of the car, walked across the street, through the door of the store, down the aisle of the store, across the back of the store, to the refrigerator, got the ice, closed the refrigerator, and walked to the front of the store. I did not say a word to anyone. Not a soul. Just me and my shadow. And I take the ice and I put it on the counter. And the guy looks at me and goes, "Ah, hell, you ought to be here for that big Gainer reunion now, ain't you?" How the fuck did you know?
Yeah.
How do you know this? It's like, are you clairvoyant? Are you watching it? Do you have satellite? What the hell is going on? And then it occurred to me, there's only 14 people in this town.
I thought it was 12.
Well, breeding. But, well, you got nothing else to do there besides drink, and the bar was closed. It was a Sunday. So.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Bars close on a Sunday?
In that town, with the exception of the one time that we were there for the family reunion and they opened the bar.
All right, fair enough.
The town council got together in the middle school and said, "Hey, hell, they're going to be here for the weekend. We might as well open that damn thing." So yeah, that's what small town mentality is like. So I'm really glad you got out of there with your life.
Yeah, it's not as bad as what we're actually making out. It was just, it's what it felt like, if that makes any sense.
No. It is that bad. I understand. It is that bad. Let's call it what it is, okay?
Yeah. To be fair, right. I didn't even want to see a police station. So we would have been screwed.
That's my point. Yeah, no, there are no police stations, just lynch mobs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the journey on the way back. But I forgot to mention this is just one little thing. If anybody knows or understands the Welsh language of how ridiculously everything is spelt, you'll understand this one, right? So when we actually arrived at the holiday, and I should have started with this one, I completely forgot.
Okay.
But when we arrived, the girls were getting a taxi to, where we were going. Now they had the address written down. For the life of them, they could not even pronounce it. So they ring the taxi.
Which even lends even more to the credo of, yeah, we're foreigners.
Yeah, pretty much. So they ring the taxi and it's like, can we have a taxi for now, please? And the guy's like, yeah, okay, right. Well, where you going? It's like, so they're going like, yeah, I can't pronounce it, but I can spell it for you. So the taxi, I kid you not, they were actually, for the first time, they were sat there trying to actually spell this out to the taxi driver. The taxi guy was like, do you know what? Where are you? So we told him where we were. He was like, right, I'll be there in a few minutes. So there we go. Took us up to where we're going.
Okay.
And, with it, we got up to where we're going and the place where we were going was so high up into the mountain. It's a very, very steep hill. Very, very steep.
Okay.
We decided that what we were going to do was, because obviously we just physically could not walk up that hill. Like, bear in mind, all four of us, we smoke, and all four of us, we eat crap. Yeah. So we ain't getting up that hill without a heart attack.
Ain't no Schwarzeneggers going up this hill right about here.
It's not happening. So we decided through the entire holiday is that we would put the girls on the back of our bikes and would roll down the hill.
Okay.
And when we get to the bottom, when we get to the very bottom, we will park our bikes up. Okay. And we'll then walk the rest of the way into town. And we'll go and spend the day in town. We'll go and enjoy it, all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And then when it came time to coming back, we would then put the girls back on the bikes and ride up the hill. It was the easiest way.
Okay.
It was like your own little lift, so to speak. But yeah, even in first gear, the bike still struggled.
I was going to say, now here's the question that I have, okay? When you're telling me this, the first thing that runs through my head is Arlo Guthrie's motorcycle song, where he talks about, on one side of the mountain, there's a mountain. On the other side of the road, there's nothing. Was it like that?
No, because we were actually like, it was trees.
Okay. So something would have broken your fall.
Probably.
I'm just asking.
I don't know, to be fair. We didn't really look. Like, we know that one side there was like, some like mountain goats and all that normal crap. And then the other side there were just like, I don't know. I mean, this is Wales we're talking about.
Right.
The whole place is built on hills and mountains. Like,
sure.
They've just somehow managed to populate this area. I don't know how. I don't want to know how.
Well, you see, Simon, when two people fall in love.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is different. Like,
gotcha.
So anyway, the last part of the story, kind of.
Okay.
This is one of the highlights. And this was obviously me and Nicola. We decided, right, you know what? We're not going to walk back from town. We're going to get a taxi. So we got the taxi and we got the place. And I, as we're pulling up, turned around to the taxi driver and said, "Is it okay if you just drop me off here? So I can ride my bike up the hill?" And it's like, yeah, okay. And he clocked on with what to do, and he was like, "That's genius." So I chuck my quiche that I bought. It's a nice little dish. I don't know if you know what a quiche is, but it's nice.
I know quiche.
So I chucked it to Nicholas, like, right, hold me quiche, I'm getting my bike. Right. So I took it up.
There's a sentence you'll never hear in the history of the English language.
Quiche, I'm getting my bike.
Hold my quiche, I'm getting the bike.
Yeah. So anyway.
Okay.
So, the holiday progresses, that's it. I get the bike up, all that sort of stuff. Now, today, obviously, when this has been recorded, it was today, so obviously. Coming back, the girls, right, they've got loads of luggage, so, right, we're going to get a taxi into the train station. Not a problem.
Okay.
So they ring up. Hello, can I have a taxi, please? Okay, yeah, where are you? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I can spell it for you. Instantly, the guy on the phone turned around and went, "Are you the people with the 2 motorbikes?"
There you go.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
And that was it.
I rest
was
my
like-
case. I rest my whole small town theory right there.
Yeah. Are you the 2 people with the motorbikes? Yeah, that's the one.
You're
I'll
here
be
for the
there in a few
vacation, aren't
minutes.
you? Yeah. And there were people when you were leaving town. They were poking their heads out the window, going, "Y'all ain't never gonna come back here again."
It was a really, really good holiday, and we really did enjoy it. And I think we're actually probably going to go back next year.
I think you should. I mean, the pictures that you sent, those were really cool, and I appreciate the fact that you sent those because it looks like you had a great time. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't miss anything, while you were gone. Well, there was this one little thing.
The Cubs win the World Series. Brian makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7-10.
Yeah, that kind of happened.
You Cubbies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I believe. I did hear something about this, and it was on the news.
I was going to
believe it
say,
or
how
not.
could you not hear about it? The BBC covered this. Are you
The only thing I got from the news was that Bill Murray was there and he cried.
Oh my
That's
God.
it.
No, dude, you have no idea. Oh my God, Simon, you have no idea. At that game, Bill Murray was at that game. Eddie Vedder was at that game. John Cusack was at that game.
I believe Charlie Sheen?
Charlie, yeah, and that was even funnier, okay?
No.
Okay. The movie Major League has to do, and Charlie Sheen was in this movie, and it has to do with the part that he played a pitcher for the Cleveland Indians.
Okay.
And when they got to the series, he kept, telling them, "Hey, let me throw out the first pitch." Okay, because that's a ceremonial thing that you do in baseball. You get the celebrity to throw out the first pitch. It's just a cute little promotional thing. But he kept saying, I'll throw out the first pitch for you guys. And they kept saying no. So you've got this one shot at one point of Charlie Sheen just sitting in the bleachers, just all dejected and pissed off.
Fair enough.
You guys would have won if I had done that, But yeah, no, it was to this moment. How can I say this? This is the effect that this game had. And I didn't even know this many people around the world followed baseball. But I was listening to a late night talk show right after it happened. And there were calls on this talk show coming in from Sweden, Thailand, Japan, Spain. I'm going, where did you people come from? It's amazing that people have been following the legacy of the Chicago Cubs for this long. And
right.
Yeah, and for this to happen was just it See, that I'm a lifelong Cubs fan.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know that I don't like baseball. I think baseball is basically a gay version of cricket.
Well, it kind of sort of is. It kind of sort of is. Okay. And I mean, I'll openly admit that. But
Gay.
Now you're gonna hack a lot of Cubs fans off, so I'd back off right about now. Okay?
Yeah, I probably am. Please don't take any offense. I'm literally I'm joking. I'm being nice.
Please excuse Simon. He's being English.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm
no,
being British.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Cubs, though. Okay. Now, first off, you have to understand that, and I think I might have told you this story once before. In Chicago, there's 2 teams. There's the Cubs, who are on the north side of the city, and the White Sox that are on the south side of the city.
Okay.
Okay. And there's always been this, friendly rivalry between the Cubs and the White Sox. And I was born on the south side.
Yep.
But my father raised me to be a Cubs fan. Okay, so that screwed up my childhood right there. Okay. But then you're cheering for a team that constantly loses. You know, I mean, because of this alleged curse of the Billy Goat, every year the Cubs would not make it to the series. Okay? Now, another little story that I've never really told people.
Oh.
One of the legendary announcers of the Chicago Cubs, when they finally were able to broadcast the Cubs on radio and on TV, one of the legendary announcers, the first one as a matter of fact, was a guy by the name of Jack Brickhouse. Who actually was a friend of my family's. Okay, my mother worked with him and was very close with him. And, I mean, he'd come over to the house for Sunday dinner. Okay, that kind of thing. So, and he was one of the guys that, you know, lifelong Cubs fan. And, you know, he was on our side. You know, he's one of the lovable losers, okay? So when this finally happened after 100 years, you have to... This is how important it was. They took one of the walls at Wrigley Field, and all the people that were there that night when the Cubs won, and turned it into like this little makeshift memorial. This game's for my grandfather. This game's for my uncle. This game's for my Uncle Phil. This game's for my Aunt Mary. This game's for my best friend. People that were lifelong Cubs fans. And just, you know, their parents were fans in their thing. You have to forgive me. I'm getting a little emotional even thinking about this, because when I thought about that night, you know, I thought about my dad, and I thought about Jack Brickhouse, and I thought about another legendary announcer, Harry Carey, some of the legendary players, Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, Billy Williams, you know, and to see that tape, and which is all over YouTube, by the way, if you want to check it out, please, by all means. And in fact, if you've got your own memories, you know, send them in to us, timandsimonsmailbag@gmail.com. But to see that tape of Bill Murray crying when the Cubs won said it all. Because Bill's from the north suburbs. I don't know if you know that. He's from the north suburbs of Chicago. So to watch him, and then there's another one of right in the middle of the infield. There's this picture of John Cusack and Eddie Vedder hugging. Think about that for a minute, okay? So yeah, it was an amazing night, and yeah, no more talk of curses or billy goats or any of that crap. You know,
so the curse has been lifted, I'm guessing.
Oh. Yeah, well, we needed an excuse. I mean, let's call it what it was. You know, never mind the fact that the teams in the past were, well, I won't say they were bad, because we did have some good teams. 69 was a great year until they choked. 84 was a great year until they choked. 89 was a great year until they choked. Can you tell I'm a lifelong fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. So yeah, but you missed that, and I was gonna, I think I sent you a message, but then I went, okay, he's not gonna know what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, I get this tweet from BBC, and I'm going, wait, what? Why is the BBC covering the Cubs? You know, it was very strange. Very strange. But yeah, it was a great night, and the parade was even crazier. The parade was, the parade was great. There was like a few million people in the streets of Chicago to watch this award ceremony that took place in Grant Park. Yeah. So the big question now is, what do we do now? What do we do now? I mean, we've been hoping the Cubs win for 108 years. They won. Now what?
Win again?
Yeah, if one is good, two is better. You're right about that. Yep.
I mean, I don't know. Like, where'd you go from there? Like, it sounds like, from what you're telling me that here, is that you've basically just accomplished something that is you never thought was going to happen, I guess.
Oh, I promise you. And I will say this about the actual game, the Game 7, okay? Knowing, I don't know how much you know about baseball, but the World Series...
I know nothing.
Okay. The World Series is comprised of 7 games, okay? And the team that wins the best of those 7 games, wins 4 out of the 7, wins the World Series and are thus declared the world champions of baseball. This game went all 7 games. That's number 1. Number 2, there's 9 innings in baseball. If the score is tied at the end of those 9 innings, it goes into what's called extra innings. They keep playing until somebody wins. This Game 7 went into extra innings. On top of that, when they were getting ready to start the 10th inning, it started raining. So they had to delay the game until the rain stopped. At the very last play, the fielder, when he threw the ball to get the final out, slipped. He was going to slip and fall, but he made the throw anyway. This was, without question, the most perfect baseball game I have ever witnessed in my life. It was great. It had everything you wanted. High drama, rain delays, extra innings, Game 7. It just did not get any better than this.
All right.
Yeah, and I've got several gray hairs as a result of it.
So, no, you had them from the begin with, so let's be fair.
Hey, I need all the excuses I can get, okay?
Yeah. I mean, you are old, so
Hey.
let's not use a game to say, oh, you got a couple of extra grey hairs. No, you were already grey.
Hey. Start thank you. But anyway, so yeah, that was great. You missed that. You also missed. Did you hear? Have you had a chance? Because I think you just got back like this morning or something like that, right?
No, I got back around about like 6 o'clock this evening, so I've only been home for like what, 5 hours.
5 hours. Oh, okay. Oh, you've missed a lot of fun stuff. Okay. Well, apparently Jon Bon Jovi thinks that there's a conspiracy out to keep him from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
You missed that one.
I've missed a lot, I believe.
Yeah.
I've only been away for a week.
Yeah, hey, a lot can happen in a week, pal. Trust me. Apparently, according to Classic Rock magazine, okay, he said that he had a big falling out with one of the people that runs the hall. And he says that more than one member of the board has made it their personal mission to keep Bon Jovi from being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Not that I think Bon Jovi should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to begin with, but anyway, according to this, he was on Howard Stern, and he said that he called the guy a few choice words. This is a quote: "I'm never shy when I see him to call him a few more choice words. Then there's other guys on this thing that have made it their personal mission to F with me. And that's okay. I get it. I've sold more records than their artists." So that kind of narrows it down to who it might be. He's not saying who he's talking about or what caused them to get into this conflict, but he does say that he thinks that his band's career is worthy of the honor. Again, quoting, the criteria is actually that your music had an influence on generations that came after you and that it's still out and very present. So yeah, we have every criteria. I don't know about influence. When I think about people that influence me in music, I don't really think about You Give Love a Bad Name. I don't think about Wanted Dead or Alive. Now, granted,
Bad Medicine.
Yeah, I mean, okay, great. You had a great run with Slippery When Wet. I get it. Okay. But I don't see the influence.
I don't see. I know this is going to sound. I'm probably going to get a lot of haters for this one, but I just personally don't think Jon Bon Jovi is worthy.
I mean, the guy's been around forever. Okay, I get it.
This is true.
I mean, I remember playing his first album on my show back in '86. Okay, which is fine. You know, and like I said, it sold a truckload of albums. Great. That's terrific. Let me see here. Let's think about the people that have been nominated for this year. We've got Yes. We've got Tupac. We've got Janet Jackson. We've got the Cars. People that have made people that made a difference in music.
Yes.
I think a difference is in music. I don't think I'll be there for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's just all there is to it. Okay, yes, you sold a truckload of records. God bless you, John. That's great. You had a couple of movies under your belt. Terrific. Nothing wrong with that. Influence? Not so much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. Rick Wakeman, Rick Ocasek, Jon Bon Jovi. In the words of a great American, Big Bird, one of these things is not like the other. I'm just saying, you know. If you agree, if you disagree, let us know. You know, Tim and Simon's mailbag, gmail.com. I don't think that, just given the fact that he's sold a bunch of albums, that it was really all that influential. And yeah, it's just, that's just me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Like I said, personally, I just don't think he was that influential, so...
No, you know, I mean, McCartney is influential. Okay? McCartney is influential. Jon Bon Jovi...
is not.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. No.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, here's another one that you got to read about. I'm just kind of flipping through things. Okay, let me ask you. Okay, because I mean, you've got your history with your band. Did you ever get stage fright before a show?
Yeah.
Did you?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. No kidding. You've got something in common with Paul McCartney.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Stage fright was what made the whole experience so surreal.
Well, yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, but in my early days, I had it too. You know, you'd get the adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It gets the adrenaline pumping. You get on you think, oh, this is the end of the world. What if they hate me? All that sort of stuff. Oh, no, I can't think. And you freeze for a minute. And then you just give your head a wobble.
Yeah.
And then you carry on.
And you just kind of put your head down and just off you go. Right. It's funny that you should say that because apparently there was a Q&A exchange on Paul McCartney's website. And he said that one of the biggest fears he ever faced was getting what was stage fright.
Really?
Yeah, he was worried about, getting beat up by the local bullies because of the hair and disappointing his fans.
Okay.
He said performing, it was always like the idea that the audience didn't like you and you had to prove yourself, which makes sense. Which makes total sense if you ask me. I think that's why a lot of people get stage fright and get nervous. You think, oh my God, I'm going to be terrible. They hate me. It's all terrible. He said that he almost gave things up when they did their concert at Wembley. They did an NME poll winners concert in '64 at Wembley. And he said that he literally got sick to his stomach, thinking, boy, I should give this up. It's too painful. What am I doing? He said, I got over it. And as you can see, I didn't give up. So, nice to know that he kept the original line of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even these days, according to what he's saying, he still gets it. He's still got that urge, you know. I mean, it's true what they say about performers in general. Okay, it's ego gratification. You know, you want people to love you. Okay, you have to agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but he says he still deals with that. What he does is when he talks to his promoter and they talk about touring, he always tells the promoter, put one show on sale and see how it goes. And then, of course, the promoter rings him back and goes, hey, he sold out 20 minutes. He says, so I assume that they like me. So that gives you confidence, and he lets him relax, and he can enjoy the show more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's definitely that ego gratification that goes into that goes into the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You make it sound like that's not the case.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just listening to what you've got to say. I mean, it's very interesting.
Okay. All right. Makes sense to me.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, everybody gets stage fright at some point. It's normal, isn't it?
Well, you know, it's funny that you should mention that, because even while I was reading that, I was thinking about, you know, during my days in theater.
Wait, well, hold up 1 minute. You did theatre?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like-
Well, in my younger days.
Oh, come on. What did you do?
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Tell all.
Wow, you're going to make me come out and think. I played.
Yeah, it's going to make you come out. I think you've just come out.
No, I haven't. Now, wait a minute. Just because I was in the theater doesn't mean. Well, never mind.
Gay.
No. Now, see, you don't have to be gay to be in the theater.
No. Sure, you don't.
No, you don't. You really don't. And I am proof of that.
Right,
The married guy with 4 kids is proof of that.
Good cover.
Anyway. Oh God, what did I do? I did shows like Pride and Prejudice, The Wizard of Oz,
There we go.
Pinocchio.
Oh.
I did a couple of murder mysteries. I did a couple of comedies. It was mostly like community theater. And then later on, I was doing like in high school, I was helping like, you know, high school clubs and things like that. This is all between like when I was between like 6 and like 20. You know, I was doing a lot of like community shows and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Why do you find this so hard to believe?
No, it's not that I find it so hard to believe. It's more of it's answered a lot of questions I had about you.
Now wait a minute. Just because you're in theater doesn't make you gay.
Whoa. No one said that word.
Okay, well then why don't you explain what you got in mind?
So let's talk about Pinocchio.
Okay. I actually played I played the part of not Pinocchio, but there's the one scene where there's a fox and a cat.
So you were an extra.
No, I wasn't an extra. I played what's called a supporting role. I didn't play a starring role. It was a character.
Right, yeah, supporting role.
Right, it was a character that I was playing.
You'll get there one day.
Okay, I keep telling myself that. 60 years old, I keep telling myself, one day you're going to make it, man. Just keep trying.
Nah, it's a bit too late for that now.
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it.
This podcast is your final attempt.
This is it. I've been reduced to talking to an English guy once a week to try to make it.
Hey, hang on. Whoa, you know.
Yes. You can dish it out, but you can't take it, huh, champ?
No, I've got nothing on that one.
Okay, then. That's no problem. Speaking of which, okay, now here, you and I were talking before we started recording this,
Yes.
Okay. And, a little behind the scenes for the listener. We're sitting around, getting things ready. We're checking mic levels and, okay, hold on a second. I got to get a cup of coffee. Okay, great. I got to get a Pepsi. Okay, that's great. And, we get back together and, we get ready to record. And, okay, I got my water. I got my coffee. Okay, I got my pop. And I went, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? He says, yeah, I got my pop. I did not know. See, we're gonna get mail for this one. Let me just say, we're gonna get mail for this one. Tim and Simon's mailbag at gmail.com, by the way. Okay, now you have a bottle of, we will call it, for the sake of argument, we will call it soda pop.
The pop.
But there are some people in some regions that call it soda.
Yes.
And there are some people in some regions that call it soda pop.
Yes.
Okay. I'm in Chicago. I call it pop.
I call it pop.
You're in London. You call it pop. Okay.
I'm not in London.
Is that what it is?
What?
Okay. Now that we've lied to the listener about where you are, all this time, I've been trying to keep things a secret for you. Oh,
secret? You already got my name out there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And it's not really been a secret because even as well, I forgot to mention this one. The one part in the last podcast that made Nicola cry laughing.
Why?
Was right at the end of the podcast. As soon as you said Simon from London, right at the end, all you could hear from just out of the blue was me going, Manchester. Mm-hmm. And
that is true.
Nicola she just lit up and just died there and then.
Okay, so there's something about Manchester that she feels is extremely funny, in other words.
I don't know. But, so we haven't lied. But anyway.
Okay.
It's not London.
It's somewhere around there.
Nowhere near. Let's be honest with you, right? And now anyone listening will understand this one.
Okay.
You'll say, "Oh, right, Simon's from London." Right. They're not just anyone was going to turn and go, "He doesn't sound like he's from London."
There's that. You are right about
It's
that.
completely two different. I'm from up north.
He's a northerner.
I'm a northerner. That didn't even sound right.
See, I do my best to help you.
I'm from up north.
Yeah, okay. If you say so.
Winter is coming.
Yeah. Oh man, tell me about it. Oh my God, tell me about it. When you were up in Wales, was it really ridiculously cold?
Yeah, to the point where people actually parked their boats in some places where you wouldn't think about.
What?
Right. Okay. So we were walking into town, and we was walking past a car park. And question: what do you park in in a car park?
Well, now, see, that's kind of a loaded question on my end, but I will go with the obvious and say a car.
Right. Okay. Or a caravan, or
right, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, something motorized.
Yeah. Okay. So we were walking past, right, and there's all these cars in a nice, neat little, in a row, and then casually out of the blue, and only in Wales do you see this. Only in Wales, somebody has gone and parked a boat in the middle of this row of cars.
Okay. So you've got so what you're telling me is that you've got a line of cars down the street
and a boat.
In a boat.
Yeah, just casually just parked right next to the cars, in line as well. So I guess it's that cold that people choose to bring the boats out of the sea.
Well, yeah. You got to do that eventually, I would think. But even here, they've got they've got warehouses that, you can store your boats in. Which in itself is really cool when you go into one of those, because you walk through and here's a boat, and over that is hanging another boat, and over that is hanging another boat. They've got boats like 3 high stored in these warehouses, which I've never seen before in my life. I went to visit a friend of mine in Long Island who was a big boat enthusiast. And it was about springtime. They went, well, I got to go check on the boat, see if I can pull it out. Oh, okay, great. And I walked into this warehouse. It was the coolest thing in the world. You've got these 70-foot boats hanging in midair. I swear to God, I've never seen anything like this. And I'm thinking to myself, all it takes is one idiot to knock that thing down.
And this is why I live in the UK and you live in America.
because we don't mind having boats hanging over our heads.
Oh, but we're okay having boats parked in the middle of the bloody street.
Hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes to get out on the sea, damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy. All righty. Well, we're going to end it right there on that note, then. We'll leave people hanging. Ba-dum-bum. But anyway, if you enjoyed the show, by all means, let us know. Tim and Simon's mailbag, gmail.com. We thank you for listening. We thank you for downloading it. We thank you for borrowing it from a friend, whatever the case may be. And, that's going to wrap it up from here. This is Gainer in America. That's Lee over in England. And these are our last few words.
Bye.